What a day, what a day, what a day. It is now May the 7th, also known as May the 7th, the Awakening Day. That's a Star Wars joke. You know, Star Wars? May the 4th be with you. Well, it was a great birthday. But, for my Sabbath day, I was studying Revelation through my phone, and I have it set on, so I listen on the listenings. I have my Bluetooth wireless earphones, and they're cool, but I kind of wish I didn't buy them because they don't have hooks. They got the rubber and they stick in your ears. But when you try to, dance or whatever or move your head, they try to fall out. James Hetfield was right. It's like the old cup ones, put over your ears. That's how real music's done. Right, James? Speaking of which, I'm wearing a Metallica shirt. Oh, wait, that's not an album cover. Well, I must have bought a bootleg shirt somewhere. It wasn't at Walmart. Anyways, the light that is not light is here to flush you all away with your own fears. For the sake of the children, I am the nightmare to end all of their nightmares. I am the Phantom Lord. Excuse me. I was at Dragon Lair Comics today, and I noticed these freelance artists early in their. It's cute, they're freelance and they're getting started, and it's pretty good, and he had some decent stuff. Phantom's Mini Comics. He's doing a damn good job. And there was another freelance right next to him at Dragon Lair Comics in Omaha. That's outstanding. But he's generating a lot of good stuff. He's doing his own things online. He's doing pretty good with DeviantArt and all that. I hope he does well. That reminds me when I was little, before I became the origin of the Phantom Lord. Back when I was in elementary school, I was thinking when I was dreaming a lot, I was like the Batman, the '89 Batman. Tried to draw my symbol, trying to figure out what character I was going to make, even back in elementary school in Kenwood, in Kearney. When I was learning how to draw, kind of. But I hope he does well. Where I was going with this is, I am the Phantom Lord, and I wanted to come up with a character called the Phantom. But I guess apparently there's already the Phantom already. The old school one. Before Superman? There were heroes before Superman and DC? Oh, yeah. There were, like the Shadow. But anyways, before all the superhero comics, there were other characters that were likened to him. Basically, the Shadow, and there's a lot of reference with Batman. But when I tried to think of the symbol of my Phantom Lord character for whatever I'm going to use for a story later, maybe graphic art, whatever that I'm playing with right now. I couldn't figure out what I was going to call him, and it didn't dawn on me, and I didn't know this at the time. But Metallica's name before they were Metallica, they were a band known as Phantom Lord. And that is on Kill 'Em All. And that's my theme song. Like I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, where they're like walking down the street and it's a cop movie with The Waynes, Keenan Waynes. I can't remember which one it was. There's so many of them in Love and Color, anyways. At least they had Jim Carrey on it. That was pretty cool. But that was back in my day. Uh, let's see. What to do, what to do, what to do. Well, I'm gonna have a little Nicky treat. Cutting down on them, kind of. But for my Sabbath day, I was studying in my scripture and prayer in my own home. And I am going to, go back to the church or whatever church. But I believe someday in the future, all churches will be one. And all beliefs and all religions will unite. And Babylon that divided us before, it's the Tower of Babylon when we were separated, when they had all this, the story. But when God separated the nations and all that stuff, that's pretty much the description of how the world evolved and separated from the waters and like with science, how we know with geography. Flat earthers, really flat earthers. There are people that still are going to believe and say that the world is flat because we never landed on the moon. Yeah, it might be a conspiracy, but different shoes, bottoms, there's interesting stuff. But I remember, well, I wasn't born back then, but it wasn't staged. They probably had footage to prepare to show that the world that they were getting ready to get up there, but we landed on the moon before Russia, so you guys can cut your shit out. I'm serious, because flat earthers? Really? So, like, you're going to drive straight along the earth, you're going to fall off? So what point when you're driving around or sailing around the world, it just goes on forever flat? Bullshit. Anyways, I was invited to a flat earth community, and there was a girl that was raped, and she has PTSD. She was Mormon once, is kind of not. She was known as a witch, and she found her witch name. Because she didn't really know it at the time, when I was instructed a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, in 2008, that by Frank Spulak, my sage and mentor, and the president of the Ring of Three Church, which was his idea at the time, and he wanted his church to unite Christianity and paganism right before Christo-paganism came out, just to be released by Joyce and Brigham, whatever. I can't remember the authors of it. I can't remember. I got the book right there. Frank was like, and I know he's still here. He's still spooking up on me. He's not creeping up, whatever. Just checking how I'm doing. But I didn't know. I didn't see what he said his name, but there's a character that I'm gonna do in my graphic novel series. And I don't think I'm gonna call it Make It So Complicated. I wanted to originally call it The Phantom Lord and divide it like number one, the first section of the graphic novel series. The Phantom Lord is the premier original character. And I have that copyrighted in 1997 when I was in high school. And I still have the records in my my emails as a backup. And I generated the copyright symbol, and it's copyrighted. The eyes look a little bit different than they did when I changed it to the ones I want now. I'm gonna have to update that redraw and have to research how to fix that copyright, because it's still actually copyrighted. So is the character, the guy and the symbol for him. Ugh. Excuse me. I'm not fighting cold. I got a smoker's cough, and it's kind of all right, but that's where me and Dad are at. We're about ready to quit smoking, period, because we don't need that anymore. What to do? Oh yeah, I like that one. I want to put it in my nostril. I don't need to put it in my lip. That's for pussies. I inhale through my nose. Where is that lighter? Okay, there it is. Now, as I was saying, this guy that I met as a freelancer in Dragon Lair Comics in Omaha, now that I live here, that's great. Because, too many Carney problems, too many all that stuff, whatever. Carney can fucking stay there. I don't mean this disrespect against Carney, but you people are retarded some days. But then again, as Chelsea Smith once said, my ass is retarded sober even, so fair enough. Again, smoking through my nostril. Now, the time is now it's 4:59 in the morning Central Standard Time on a Sunday, as a Sabbath, and I'm not gonna go anywhere, but probably won't do the laundry because I'll do that Monday, tomorrow, or the day after, to correct myself. To clarify, I'm doing my vlog, or vlog, when they call it vlogs, video. I'm doing my own basic video journalism type stuff. That's why I've done all this stuff for a while, because I've never really written down my diary. I should have gotten a habit of journalism type stuff, but I have one that I write a book in called my dream or moon book that I keep under my pillow, and if I have dreams or nightmares or whatever, I write down what I have within reason. Like you're recommended to right when you wake up, you write down whatever you can remember, and then set it for that day. And then that'll come later in your life. You'll come back and read it and like, wow, that's inspirational. Yeah, it is. But then a little time later, what your viewpoint back then would be different than what it is now. There's a lot of things I should be grateful for. And that is the lesson for today. The word of the day is being grateful, or at least satisfied. It's not that I'm never satisfied. It's just that I have an ideal that's so complicated. How do you get there? But like they say in the military, keep it simple, stupid, or KISS, like the band. Alrighty. Back when they made comics with the KISS comic, and they actually put blood in the ink, and that was Marvel, or at least Stan Lee told the story about that. They literally put a needle in and injected it, drew blood, and generated ink to print the comics on. So it was a little bit interesting. Blood comic ink. This is kind of funny to me, but it was bizarre, I'm sure, for at the time. But KISS wanted to be known for interesting stuff. Ugh. Again, smoking through my nostril. Smoking through your mouth is for pussies. Again. But, anyways, I don't know where I was going with this. This is basically my journalism and diary and how I gather my thoughts. So, like, basically later on I can review and everything, but it's a good morning. Start going into the gym where I'm living at and start doing a lot more stuff. So they got a good gym here, and it's pretty cool now that winter is finally over. And there's a song that was pretty cool by Metallica called "The Lords of Summer" that talks about how um you know basic pagan ideals. And it's pretty cool. And Sonny, thanks a lot, Sonny. Bought me a ticket for my first ever Metallica concert, but I have an extra one for hopefully Ryan Dare that comes along. But I'd like to have an extra person to come along as a navigator or a spare body to. It's an 8-hour drive, so I'd like to have someone switch in just in case I get a little bit tired and not off of the wheel and crash and die. I'd rather not do that. I could never be a trucker. They do some really different, it's interesting. I'm sure it's good stuff, but I'm pretty sure Trey understood that, Trey Joseph, my stepbrother, oh, he showed his face. Uh-oh. But anyways, it's getting a little bit warm in here. Oh, smoke is there? Never mind. Where was it going? And we're at 20 minutes almost. Only reason I'm lifting up the mask is because it's kind of hard to, breathe through my nose through the mask. That was the trick. But I still can't believe that Marlon Foster, my grandpa, he should not. I don't think he should still be smoking, but he's 79 years old. The year I was born is what I think about, and still in Kansas, Marlon Foster is, and he's. I hope he's doing well, doing photo and hunting and fishing or whatever he wants to do. I'd like to do Farkle with him again some point, but hopefully that'll be next time. But what I'm going to do is since I can't go to, I don't think I'll go to Dover, New Jersey. The Joe Kubert School, the art school, the comic book school in Dover, New Jersey, has a set where you can buy their whole curriculum and it comes to your house, like they mail it to you. And with Patricia Nelson, my VA representative for Voc Rehab, is going to, excuse me, at some point is going to probably meet up with me and stuff, but I got to get a hold of her, and she informed me that it's easier to get her through email. She informed me also it's hard to get to her phone anymore. So, but I guess that's just how it's going to go. But the cool thing is I can do work study as well. There's options. So we'll figure it out as we go. But I'm pretty excited about stuff. Very relaxed. Um, and I'm excited to see that. See what lies ahead, and that's where what we should be doing, and that was the point of being grateful for the day. The word of the day, being grateful. Uh, we should be humble enough to admit our own mistakes. Remember, Lucifer, the seven deadly sins, his was pride. They say take pride in yourself. Well, that's one of the seven deadly sins. That's why Lucifer was cast out, because he wanted to become God or challenge God. And the war of the heaven, a third of the angels cast out, never to return, and they became the fallen angels, the demons. But that's a story for another day. I think I'm going to head out and we'll see where we go with that. I'm also testing out this, since I don't have contacts currently. We'll see with the VA. Now I got the glasses and stuff. I don't have to pay for them anymore. It's provided, so that's good. Actually, everything's provided for me now. When I was a stake missionary in the LDS Church, the Mormons, of course, the missionary stuff was great, but I was struggling with two choices. Education for that was the deal back then. But even a certain bishop at that time, when they asked him what happened to Travis, he was like, I think I pushed him too hard. And that was great. And I know he lives in Lincoln. I'll find him again later. But he was my second favorite bishop of all time, besides Dean Curtis. Whatever, Dean Curtis was cool. Even when it came down to a certain instance with Carolyn, he didn't bring out a shotgun. He just met me face to face and just, wanted to see what it was like from my point of view. That's why Dean was cool. I still remember in high school, back when he was teaching the business ethics or the business classes in Curtis Associates back then. That was interesting, but I'm so grateful, and especially when the lesson that I learned from his wife, Julie Curtis, being born on 9. Oh yeah, she's gonna have a birthday around Mother's Day or something like that, or close to it. I shouldn't say Mother's Day. I just think about the day, but I think she was born the 29th, and my mom was born on the 30th, of May. Geminis, all of them. No. Well, I think I'm going to sign off, start my day, get some coffee since I'm a Jack Mormon kind of. That's another joke in the Molly Mormons are the ones that are the good ones, and the Jack Mormons are drinking coffee and drinking whatever they're doing, and they're the apostatized ones. So that's an interesting idea in that. But well, that's good. My phone's finally charged. Alrighty. Excuse me. I'm testing out the camera as well on the webcam and trying to figure out how to make videos and stuff with it. just to fiddle with it. Alrighty. What a day. I didn't quite get up in time to milk the cows yet, but there are no cows. Well, I can't say that, but my schedule today when I got up, I had a long journey and doing a lot of stuff. It's been a few days. I've been doing a lot of more walking and stuff and being more motivated and more active. And that's pretty much the goal for everything these days is just use the gym, walk all over. Now that's one thing I do love about Omaha, kind of. It sucks some days, but you get a lot of good exercise because no matter where you go in Omaha, there's always a hill. And the hills in Omaha are pretty interesting. And the more I explore Omaha, it's pretty cool. But I like my own little neck of the woods because I'm not going to go everywhere and stuff. And you don't want to get distracted. I don't think I'm going to put a house here at all. I don't know if I want to live around Omaha, but that's later. Some people are like, set your education versus home. I'm like, well, I'd rather have the education to be able to hopefully pay for my bills, but then again, you take out a loan or something for your education, then you can't get a house. So there you go. Who knows with that one, but it's kind of nice that there's more options and stuff. And there's one thing that's kind of bothering me. How in the hell can Social Security go? There's an issue going on with my stepbrother Ryan Dare, and that's why I wanted him to come in. I asked him to bought the extra ticket because he had 2 strikes of cancer that I had to deal with, a brain tumor, and a thyroid cancer, and he's in recession. Like it's irritating me. My dad informed me that Social Security is, they're trying to get him back to work and stuff or whatever, and that can't be really a bad thing. He can't physically work, but he can probably what I would do, and I'm gonna talk to him about it, is you could probably turn around into a good thing. Maybe you can do your schooling, and as you're doing work, you try to do stuff like office stuff and business type things, and learn through that. Doing computers, secretarial. We'll figure it out. But it's getting to be tough. But I can't understand sometimes with the way Social Security works, because how I got my disability was the Social Security straight said in the letter, "Oh, we don't find the VA federal records, health records, to be valid enough for our standards in Social Security." I'm like, so Social Security versus VA? Well, fuck the Social Security. That's not what I said, but when they interviewed me for the VA stuff for my percentage of disability, I told them about what it said verbatim in the deal. It was like, we don't find the VA's federal medical records to be valid enough, and the guy was mad. Like, he was not very happy to hear that. He's like, and then on this, in 2012, I got my 100%, which is wonderful because when I got out of Bosnia, it was pretty tough. 10%, and they even tried. When I was diagnosed in Walter Reed, they straight tried to tell me that Richard Young, there's no such place as Richard Young that has ever existed because we can't find it. And I'm like, I assure you, it exists there. There's no such place as Richard Young. I'm like, you guys are. I didn't say that, but because it's still military, but it was dumb. I couldn't believe the psychologists, and they had internet back then too. They should have been able to find it. You can't find the address for Richard Young. Walter Reed in Washington D.C. The hospital down there. Oh man, dude's all right. back when that Washington D.C. was pretty cool, but back then I had some interesting stories. It was like walking every 5 steps, someone would be asking for change and all that stuff. Like, hold on, they're selling stuff, and it's really hard. But back then they had the law. They still have laws about smoking in public. Like you can be ticketed for walking across the street in a no smoking area. Like it was kind of funny because like that's just what I thought at the time. But I hope I can give up the cigarettes as well. But the vaping stuff, I don't know about that because I don't take to it that well anymore, and it's a little bit different than actual tobacco. So, but I still have a pretty decent vapor thing. But I just think it's just another way of just I don't know. I'll figure it out. Well, anyways, hey, all you people out there, have a good day. I hope you guys are ready to face whatever you do on Sunday and today on the Sabbath. But hopefully not working. But I don't know. It's no longer illegal, or you're not thought of as at least they won't put you in the. I'm thinking Johnny Tremaine is why I'm saying that. Johnny Tremaine, a book. And people need to start reading more books and actual pages and stuff. But I love how the phone works on or tablet or stuff is because sometimes I can multitask by just playing the book on my phone and it's reading the book for me as I'm listening to it to do my studies. And I like that. Well, this is Travis the Phantom. Oh, I said my identity. The Phantom Lord Foster signing off. Marry me, marry part, and marry me again. Adieu. Take care.